got Star Citizen, which is, well, I've been saying for many years now, it's a scam. It's like the Wolf of Wall Street, but shit. Hello, everybody, and welcome to WCCF Tech. We're doing a later, well, it's not going to be later when you know it, but we're recording later because, I don't know, I think Alessio needed a nap. That's what we're saying anyway. And Francesco was out murdering.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, topics today, and again, it's another show of smaller topics. I'm not going to call anybody a sweary word. In fact, no, I will be having a go at a company soon. Okay, so I will be swearing a bit later. I just won't be calling anybody something at the start of the show. But we're going to be talking about a lot of failures and something good. Well, two failures, one thing good and one thing that we'll never see, not in my lifetime.
And delays. Don't forget the delays.
Yeah, delays, more delays.
Beautiful.
Everything gets delayed. So, yeah, we've got Star Citizen, which is, well, I've been saying for many years now, it's a scam. I don't think it's on quite the level of NFTs as a scam, but it's up there. It's some sort of weird pyramid scheme, I'm sure. We've got Grand Theft Auto, which is seemingly a scam because it just doesn't work. We've got Elder Scrolls 4, 5. I don't know which one we're on now. Wait,
6.
Oh yeah, it is. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
That will be released. Well, we've got to have another 5 versions of Skyrim out first, so soon. Eventually.
Still before Star Citizen, I think.
Yeah, that's not difficult. We're going to have the heat death of the universe before Star Citizen releases. We've got Forza Horizon, which is doing good, even though it's crashing for Francesco.
Yeah.
I mean, when I reviewed it, it crashed twice, and then I forgot what the other topics are already. There's so many. But
yeah, quite a few.
Let's start with the positive. Let's start with Forza Horizon. Go on, Alessio. I mean, I reviewed it, but you can tell us what the figures are.
Well, yeah, Microsoft has boasted a bit through none other than Phil Spencer himself. They've said that this is the biggest launch they ever for an Xbox Game Studios title. They registered, I think, over 4.5 million players on day one. So it's certainly a huge deal. Of course, a large portion of that will be through Game Pass, likely, but still, it's a big game. Of course, it's just the latest installment in a successful series because Playground has been doing very well with this series, basically since the beginning, I'd say. So, and all the latest titles have received very good ratings. All of them averaging over 90 out of 100 scores on Metacritic, and this one as well. In fact, I think it's the highest rated release for a new title this year. So it's doing very well. Of course, there are some people complaining about bugs. So, of course, a new launched game has bugs. It's basically a fact these days. But other than that, it's doing great. And even though, of course, it's just a racing game, which is to say it's not the biggest genre, perhaps in gaming, but it is, I think, telling of the potential of future Microsoft releases through Game Pass and through the cloud as well now. So if they do release something large like Starfield or The Elder Scrolls 6 or some other big game that's well reviewed, and they can have big numbers as well, I think.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, Elder Scrolls is going to have big numbers anyway, but yeah. I think it also helps that Forza is one of their bigger franchises. It sort of surpassed racing as a genre, mainly because it is a very arcadey game anyway, and it's got everything in it.
Yeah, that's. But yeah, it is. Also the Game Pass environment, I think, helps a lot with online games in general. So, but even single player ones, to be fair.
It's just you get to try a game. Essentially, you can treat the Game Pass as like the old demo style, where you can try a game before you buy it, and essentially you don't even have to buy it now. You just complete the game. I mean, yeah, technically you're buying it because you're playing it. You're paying for the subscription, but I don't know. It's a weird one.
Yeah, but well, I think everyone now has their sights on Playground for another game, which is of course the Fable reboot. That will be.
And I think when I was reviewing it, the one thing the one thing Playground can do is make a great world, and that's that much I've seen now. And the thing about Fable is, well, you're going to be on a horse. You're going to be on a horse. You're going to be on foot. So they don't need it to be as big as this anyway. So what they need to do is essentially compress the world somewhat, but pack it full of meaningful content. Don't just put content in for the sake of content. Don't do a Ubisoft. Just make meaningful stuff. Essentially, do a good version of CD Projekt, before they made
Witcher 3. Do a UK whimsical version of The Witcher 3, basically.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. And hire me. I will do the voice acting.
And don't release games that crash all the time.
See, same as I said.
That's very important. I spent an hour.
It crashed twice for me while I was reviewing it, and that's 30 plus hours of playing.
I don't know. Maybe you were lucky, but I'm not the only one that's suffering from.
Oh no, I know. I'm not one of those who says, "Well, it didn't crash for me, so it doesn't happen." I've always believed that.
It's pretty widespread. I think I fixed it because I played it yesterday and I played a couple hours and everything went fine.
I think we know what the real problem is. You've just got the wrong you've got the wrong make of graphics card.
No. I'm running it with everything max. No, I'm not an Nvidia Shield, but I'm running it at max settings, 4K. It's the right card. It's a 3070.
It keeps crashing.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the graphics card.
Red, no crash. Green, crash. Need I say more?
Whatever. They should just release games that don't crash at launch. But yeah.
You do realize we're in the games industry? When is that ever going to happen?
Yeah.
You're just lucky they've released a game with content in it.
Yeah, that's true. But I think their saving grace is that it's on Game Pass, so a lot of people don't feel burned that they bought a game they can play.
Yeah.
I think that helped them a lot. Otherwise, we would have another Cyberpunk 2077 or GTA Trilogy situation. Yeah, so I think...
I don't think it'd be as bad as Cyberpunk, honestly. Because at least it actually plays somewhat.
Yeah, but if a game doesn't run. And this is the issue many people are having right now.
Yeah, so I'd say that's a good way to jump onto the next topic, which is GTA, the trilogy, the definitive edition, or not so much definitive, because really...
It's broken!
Yeah.
It's had a ton of issues, and starting with just performance issues, which it's interesting because yes, the games are they have remade the lighting and textures, but they're still very old, much still much less advanced than something like GTA 5. So, and still, I mean, even on PC on a high-end card, it struggled. And earlier today I posted some kind of fix, the likes of PC gamers, sometimes found. Basically, you just need to enable DirectX 12, by adding it as a launch argument in the Rockstar Games launcher, and that basically improves a lot of the issues with the performance.
It always proves to me that the people who mod games know more about making games than those who bloody make them. Because I still remember Aliens Colonial Marines, the one fix that made the aliens, well, somewhat more xenomorphic was just one line of code or something. In fact, one letter in the code that whichever studio Gearbox farmed it out to, because they never developed that. And yes, so modders, they know how to do the gaming.
But the worst thing isn't even that the game doesn't run well in general, but even on consoles. But the thing is, it actually kind of caused, or at least it was one of the causes behind the whole platform Rockstar Games launcher on PC going offline for more than a day. And that basically not only prevented people from playing this game, but it also prevented people, who wanted to play GTA Online, GTA 5, any other of Rockstar's PC games. They couldn't play. So, as you can expect, there was a huge outrage in the community.
I think there's probably more of an outrage in Take-Two's headquarters. They're not getting the shark card money.
Yeah,
the microtransactions. They
lost.
Nobody bought them for a day.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. You know what's funny? It's that I think I don't know if it's the main reason or just one of the reasons, but they had to take down the PC version because it had music tracks from the original that they no longer have the license for, but it was still in the files.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many weeks they've been in development, but probably not that much, I guess.
Yeah,
leaving those files in is just I think it's a sign that they were on a rush.
I mean, you know what? I think. We know that Rockstar was planning to release GTA 5 on next gen. The updated version of GTA 5.
Yeah.
This fall, but then they delayed it for some reason. I mean, it must have had some issues, and I guess at that point they said, "Whoa, let's just remaster GTA." The former GTA titles.
I honestly imagine they were doing them anyway because Rockstar didn't remaster them. It was, I don't know, some farmed out company, I imagine.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
So.
The worst thing is that to release the definitive edition, they took out the originals. So now you either play these improved versions or you don't play them, unless you have a PlayStation 2 around.
Unless you have them on Steam already.
Oh yeah, those two, yeah. But you can't buy them anymore.
Yeah, well, that's what you get for. That's the problem with this bloody world now. There's no such thing as an original game. Everything's suddenly they get rid of the original just so they can sell it again. And just wait. Well, no, they don't even get rid of the original now to sell some of the games. Look at how many times that GTA has been re-released. I'm half surprised they haven't GTA 5. I'm half surprised I haven't got it in my bloody Kindle.
Well, that's more of a Skyrim kind of thing, but yeah.
I was going to make that link as well. And speaking of games that constantly get re-released, Skyrim, which has just had another re-release, which they're selling this new version, and all it is all the original, all the stuff in the content creators pack, or I can't remember.
Yeah,
it has fishing. You can fish now. And that's it, I think.
Skyrim was good. No, I think there are other stuff like proper skins or something, but it's like Skyrim was
there's
good.
Actually a couple of new quest lines as well, but like brand new.
Yeah,
but,
probably everything that was created by actual people, not the mindless zombies now sat in Bethesda.
Yeah, but it was the 10th anniversary.
Or, as they were called at the time, paid mods. Because that's what they were. They were mods that you had to pay for.
But to be fair, with all the mods, like Francesco, I think, posted a hugely modded video.
Yeah, 1,300
mods, and to be fair, it still looks good with with all those mods and ray tracing.
Well, I say, because the modders know how to do the gaming. All you need to do is compare that Skyrim with all those mods in to Fallout 76. I think my point is proven.
Mhm.
But then we've got, obviously, we've got to look at. So, how many times are they going to re-release Skyrim before the next Elder Scrolls game comes out?
Couple times at least. Couple times more at least.
No, I say maybe once. It's. I think
they will release a mobile port sooner or later.
Yeah, well,
they will. Yeah, when phones get to that point, they will do that.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
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 So the thing is,
go on. I'll let you talk.
No, I just wanted to say that I think maybe the Elder Scrolls 6 is, I think it's targeting a 2025 release, possibly in the fall. So maybe another 4 years, maybe not that long. I mean,
that's a long time.
It is, but it's still sooner than Star Citizen. So if you want to jump into the next,
well, we'll mention Star Citizen shortly, but I suppose just on Elder Scrolls 6, I don't think it will be that much later. I know this is obviously from the interview with IGN, and they predicted like 15 years after that. I genuinely think it's going to be sooner, if only because they must be winding down on Starfield, or once they're winding down, how can I best put it? The people who've already done their jobs on Starfield will be working on Elder Scrolls 6, so it will be that rotating cycle. They don't need, the writing, I suppose. Surely all the writing on Starfield's done now. So people can be writing the story of Elder Scrolls 6. So, yeah, I think I still think we might end up seeing it in 2024.
maybe it's possible. It's just that Starfield is coming late 2022, and usually they have taken about 3 years.
Yeah.
To make a new game, but maybe even early 2025 is a possibility. For example, Oblivion was released in I think March.
So all I'm thinking is more the fact that, well, what, 7 billion? I'm sure there might be a few extra people now sat at the headquarters after that acquisition and the amount of money spent on it. They want to get the games out, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
It also depends. Considering that they are now part of Microsoft, it may depend also on when the other RPGs are coming out, like Fable, for example, that we talk about, or even the Outer Worlds 2 from Obsidian. or the new RPG from Inxile. So they probably don't want them to overlap, so.
No, true.
I also have Avowed from Obsidian too. They have a lot of RPGs coming, so they probably need to
stagger them.
Yeah, space them out.
Then again, I suppose they don't really need to because of Game Pass.
Yeah, that's true.
I say that's the weird thing now that Microsoft's release structure is it just generally seems like we'll release it when it's ready. Because they're not reliant on first day sales, they're just reliant on people subscribing.
Oh, that's true, but I mean, if they released like 5 of their biggest games
certainly,
then some people would unsubscribe. Like
Yeah, so, I think probably if they leave 4 weeks in between titles, then they're pretty much sorted. Like, well, you've got essentially 4 weeks between Forza Horizon and between Halo, which is obviously coming soon.
Yeah, and actually, there is a rumor just that you mentioned that some people are saying that the multiplayer might actually come out tomorrow because tomorrow is the game's 20th anniversary.
Yeah, but they corrected the listing. I saw that earlier, and it's back to the older release date. So yeah, it was probably a mistake. Unless they just wanted to change and surprise, it's here.
Yeah,
there's always the possibility. Yeah, but the listing was changed back to the older release date, to the release date of Halo Infinite. So it was probably a mistake.
Yeah, possibly, more than likely. So I suppose, we're going through things quite quickly. Let's essentially, unless there's another topic after it, we've got the main one, which is, well, it's a scam. It's just a scam. It's Star Citizen, Cloud Imperium Games, and weirdly enough, I applied for a job there one time. Which,
really?
Yeah. I mean, I can't remember. I was looking at jobs there. That was when I was just thinking, when I wasn't happy when I worked inside in my last role within the prison service, when I worked inside the prison. It's just like, I'd had enough. I thought I'm going to just apply to random jobs in the games industry, and I think I must have applied to about 5 of them, and one of them was, I'm sure, Cloud Imperium Games, because they have a studio near Manchester, which they've now just opened another Manchester studio.
Yeah, they're saying it will be creating more than 700 jobs in the city's metropolitan area by 2023. Just for the record.
I mean that's fine. They can create the jobs. I'm still curious what those people will be working on, because so far, Star Citizen's had a 25-year development cycle.
Yeah, I mean, this week they released alpha update, I think 3.15, but
they don't even know how to do updates, because once you get to 1, that's proper. It should be 0. Whatever, 0.1, whatever. You shouldn't go to 1. That's finished.
It's the alpha version, so it's alpha 3.
Yeah.
Well, if they're still in alpha 3 at this point, after how long it's been going, then by the time they get to release, which is, I'm still going to say, we're going to see the heat death of the universe. Well, at least the solar system, because the sun is slowly expanding. So, a few billion years we might see it.
I think it's going to be one of those games that, maybe, there are a few early access titles like 7 Days to Die that are on early access for like 8 years, and they're still in alpha as well.
Yeah, and I just can't see this ever. I honestly cannot. And I would love to see it finished, just because of the size and scale and the idea of it all. But where you see certain games that stay in early access for so long, which Stardew Valley did. I think I can't. There's been a few. I know Stardew Valley was in.
I mean,
was it?
As long as people buy them and play them,
Minecraft. Minecraft was in early access for donkey's years, or open, a paid beta or whatever. But eventually it released. Where this is still generating. I mean, it's still fleecing people for money. They just. But they don't release new content. They just release new skins on, new ships, which is just, a ship with an extra room, and they charge thousands of pounds for some of these.
I mean, these folks clearly have a lot of money to waste, but
Well, I've got a better idea. Why not feed the hungry?
Yeah.
Stop giving billions of pounds to those fuckwits at Cloud Imperium Games, which cannot release a game. I mean, how many times have they expanded the scope and started announcing new things? Squadron 42, sudden, I don't know, Planet Mechanic 512, sudden.
I don't know. I mean, I can tell you
the terraforming simulator, whatever new add-on they've decided they're going to put in next.
I can tell you that I interviewed Chris Roberts at Gamescom 2013. So it's been already 8 years. So I don't know. I think it will come out eventually, but it will be toward the latter end of the decade. So maybe 2027 or something.
It's baffling to me. I remember when it very first went into Kickstarter. It came out of Kickstarter, and I remember buying this starter pack back when they'd only announced they had some 8 ships, and you got one ship in the game or something with the starter pack. I think I paid £25 or £30 at the time, and it must be 8 years ago. I don't know exactly. In fact, let's have a look. Star Citizen. So yeah, it went to Kickstarter in 2012. So after Kickstarter, so probably 2013. So nearly 9 years ago, I bought into this, and it says here now Wikipedia is not always right, obviously, but it says the pre-production began in 2010. Pre-production is not quite the same, so production started in 2011. So that is 10 years ago.
Actually, while we are actually making, I don't know, I think meaningful
10 years.
critiques. It's, I mean, Star Citizen at least is getting, regular updates, of course, slowly, but it is getting updates.
I don't really class a new ship as a regular update. That's just more ways to fleece the audience.
The thing is that some people are actually more angry about is that Squadron 42, which is the single player campaign, basically has gone off from the radars. They are not talking about it anymore.
Wasn't that meant to be? It was a first person shooter, wasn't it?
No, it was still like Star Citizen, but it was story driven. It had all of those big name actors like Mark Hamill, Gillian Anderson.
I remember because they had. I remember they had a lot of big named actors doing it, but I thought they, or did they make a first person shooter mechanic for that? Because I'm sure there was something to do with first person shooting in it.
Yeah, there is first person shooting. Yeah, there is actually. Yeah. They also made like a separate mode, which is like an arena mode. It's not in the persistent universe, but it's basically something like Battlefield in I don't know, in space, but with ships as well. So it's big fights in the space. But that's not
just madness. Yeah, they just. I don't think any. I just don't see. I just can't see that. There's something majorly wrong there, because by all accounts, even though it's never been released, it's never going to be released. It's already one of the most successful games in the history of the industry.
Yeah.
Well, just reading here, as of June 2020, it has raised over $300 million. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Just by selling ships, pretty much.
That's just people. Yeah, that's just the weird. It's not a Ponzi scheme, because you've not got people selling these ships onto each other just to send it up the pyramid. I don't know what sort of scheme this is. There's going to be books made about this in about 20 years' time. It's going to be It's going to be the new Ponzi scheme. It's going to be called the Star Scheme.
It will be a movie, where they control.
It's like the Wolf of Wall Street, but shit.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. Yeah.
I don't get it. I really do not get it. Okay, no, that's a lie. I do get it. I know people want this grand open world, not even open world, open universe with infinite possibilities. But the problem is, you can't make that game.
Yeah, they have to cut, I think, but they are not willing to cut, which leads to more delays and delays and delays. So,
or scratch that, you can make that game, but you just release a shit version and then keep releasing updates for it and call it. I forgot what game I'm thinking about now.
Yeah, No Man's Sky.
That's
maybe?
The one. Please,
Maybe.
my brain's gone. That's it. You just release a shit version and actually do what you originally promised, and then go even further and call it No Man's Sky. Why did my brain just shut down then? Oh, yeah. I can't.
Okay, Chris has reached his quota of ranting for today.
People are fucking idiots.
I'll move on to the delays, and of course there were many this week as well.
By any chance was Star Citizen one of them?
Sorry, any chance?
Yeah, but by any chance was Star Citizen one of the delays?
No, not really.
You can't delay something that is never going to come out. Or rather, no release date. Let's be nicer.
Yeah, no. The games delayed this week were Scorn, also The Waylanders, which is a real-time with pause RPG, and it's coming out in February among 300 games. And also, actually, 200 consoles or gaming systems, if you prefer, were delayed as well. One is, of course, the Steam Deck, which was supposed to come out next month, but basically Valve was hit by the component shortage crisis as well.
Yeah.
So it's now coming out in February. That too. And actually also the Playdate, which is the cute gaming consoles or handheld console that is being made by Panic. And that's being delayed as well, although for a different reason, because they had the issues with the battery, and basically it was draining a lot faster than it should have, and they have decided to swap them all. Of course, this set them back, and now this is coming in early 22 as well, which is probably February or something. So everything is coming out in February.
Folks.
I'm sending a lot of these games to die in February.
Actually, yeah, I was forgetting this one as well. It's also the case of Helix too. The game from Piranha Bytes.
Mm. Yeah, Helix 2, yeah.
And guess what? It's coming out in on March 1st, which is like 2 weeks after Horizon Forbidden West and 1 week after Elden Ring.
Ooh. You
I'm
just
like,
reminded me of the game I'll be reviewing in February. Horizon. That's my baby.
I'm like, are you serious, THQ Nordic? Why do you want to send this to die? Why?
Yeah, pretty much. Releasing anything close to Elden Ring means you're sending the game to die.
I mean, it is a very different game, but at the same time, you know.
Yeah, it's a weird one. They may actually be thinking if it's about 3 weeks after Elden Ring, they may be trying to jump on the back of that, where they're just thinking it's a Souls-like sort of thing.
Yeah, but it's not 3 weeks because Elden Ring is coming out on February 25th.
Okay, no, they're screwed then.
Yeah,
I was thinking never mind. I was thinking Elden Ring was before Horizon. Never mind. Oh well. The main thing is I'll be reviewing Horizon.
Okay. Sure.
I did the original.
Well,
I did the DLC.
Yeah, well, yes, but I'm attractive.
Who knows? Maybe
That's
between the two contestants, the third will win.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. Well, but seriously, there's going to be a lot for everyone.
It's going to be packed.
And March, and yeah.
In fact, it's going to be packed because I think in March is when I also have Total War, Warhammer 3.
Yeah, there is a lot.
That's my game in February and March decided. Yay! And unfortunately, nobody ever challenges me for Total War because I would kill them if they tried.
Okay, everyone's got their thing.
Yeah,
I can forgive you.
Oh shit! Total War Warhammer 3 is in February.
Yeah.
Oh, no! To give up Horizon. You were
no!
to give up Horizon.
I never give up anything. I'll take time off work. I will not sleep.
He's a fan of Halo.
All-nighters.
I did like Aloy.
Okay.
Right.
So, shall we move on to what we've been playing?
Yeah, I think everything else is delayed, so we can't be.
That's true. Yeah.
Well,
but
go on, Alessio. Tell us about the new events in New World.
Well, actually, the biggest new event, of course, is that I have just reached the 60 level, which is the
one day
cap.
You're actually going to say, and I'm going to have a heart attack when you say, I've not been playing New World.
Well, of course, it will eventually come. I mean, no game is forever. But no, seriously, I finally got to the level cap, and it's been a bit of a grind the last few levels, admittedly, but at the same time, there's also a rush, when you're like, I need to do this, I need to get there, and you feel like you've accomplished something, even though actually the real game in a game like this only starts at the max level, actually.
Yeah.
Because then you have to gear up and prepare for the dungeons. And actually, my guild basically absorbed another one, so we're now much larger, and we'll soon be trying ourselves in PvP wars. So
fair enough.
I look forward to that. I may record something. But and other than that, actually, there is a few news tidbits as well, because Amazon has been a lot more forthcoming, or chatty, if you wish, this week. They've been actually put up the first big update on the public test realm. And there's quite a lot of new stuff. There is a new weapon, which is the Void Gauntlet. There are lots more like mission types, even new enemy types, which is something that the game, even quest types. And this is all stuff that the game sorely needed, because one of the, I'd say, flaws so far at launch was certainly the lack of variety. So it's good that they have acknowledged that, and they are looking to improve that in the foreseeable future. And they've been talking a lot of other stuff as well, like improving combat responsiveness and many other things actually for PvP, the economy. And actually, one interesting thing that kind of leaked is that basically data miners discovered 2 expeditions that are possibly coming not too far in the future. And the expeditions are basically the game's dungeons.
Yeah.
And also there is a new zone, which is a desert zone. That's the biome that's not in the game so far. And the new patch on the public test realm actually had a few images in the files as well. So we also got to see what it looks like, and it's pretty cool. So a lot of new stuff. It does look like they are ready to put up a lot of fixes and new stuff quickly, which is, as we've said
the main thing.
multiple times, very important for this game. So it does look like they are on the right path for post-launch updates. So, yeah, and I also know that you've been playing another kind of MMO from Amazon.
I did play a bit. Well, it's not. Yeah, they're publishing it. I previewed Lost Ark in its closed beta test. Yeah, it's decent. It's very, very bombastic, very colourful, very action packed. Will it be good in the long run? It looks like it's going to have. I don't know. It's going to have thousands and thousands of different little collectibles, little things to do. It's just essentially content.
Yeah, it has a lot of content.
I think the thing is, same as anything, a closed beta test for an MMO where you just get to see the first part of it, and you're very time limited. It's very difficult to get a full grasp over everything, and that much I even say in my preview. I don't know. It just feels like some of the, and I say that as a title. It feels like some of the Diablo would probably want, or Activision would want Diablo to be free to play MMO style game where people will just spend shitloads on, little items or whatever else.
Yeah, and I mean, for example, Diablo 4 will have some more MMO elements as well, like PvP or like open world events, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Other than that,
I'd say for anyone who wish to have like an MMO which played like an RPG, an action RPG like Diablo, Lost Ark is the game.
Yeah, it's decent. Yeah, I'll probably give it a go when it launches. Can't see why not. Other than that, I played a lot of. What else did I play? I played Gas Station Simulator because I am weird and sad. Don't laugh at me.
No, I'm laughing because all these weird simulators.
I do. I enjoy them. I do. It's. I love. Yeah, I don't know. I just
so what do you do in this game? What do you do in this game?
You run a gas station. What else would you think you do? You fuel cars. You sell your stock. You order stock in. You fix cars in your little garage, and you just renovate. And I've done everything I possibly can in the game. I've bought every upgrade. I'm done. I think and unless they update it more, because it looks like they've got content for putting a car wash in there, I don't think I'll be playing it again. I don't know. I do. I've always liked simulator. Why do you think I'm the one who reviews the simulator games? Apart from Jurassic World. In fact, I don't have Jurassic World Evolution 2 yet. Have we done a review on
that? Nathan is doing it.
Fair enough. That's it.
But
apart from Jurassic World Evolution 2, why do you think I'm the one who reviews all the simulation games? Because I'm the weird one who likes them.
He is a simulation guy, strategy guy, and racing guy.
And Horizon,
everything we don't.
And Horizon.
Everything we don't. Horizon Simulator.
And Horizon. And Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 when that releases in 2050.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might have to play Bloodlines again. Other than
Francesco?
Yeah, what are you playing?
Yeah, well, this is going live on Wednesday, right?
Thursday.
Thursday, okay. So I can talk about that. I played Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, and I really, really, really liked it. Way more than I thought I would, to be honest. I played the previous one, The Devil's Daughter, a few years ago. Thought it was a decent game, but there were some stupid stuff in it, like some forced action sequences that if you failed once, you have to go back to the checkpoint. And I thought they were breaking up the pace way too much. With Chapter 1, they really did a great job in integrating the Sherlock Holmes mechanics into a real open world.
Okay.
And it works really, really well. They even added combat, which is a bit controversial probably, but you can turn it off. You can turn it off completely, so you can play the game as if it were any older Sherlock Holmes game. No combat at all. It's a very good game. It's very well written. It stays good from beginning to end, and you can explore the open world if you wish to extend the playtime. Although that is a little more, Ubisoft style. You got tons of stuff that kind of fits into the story, but it's, you just get costumes and that kind of stuff. It's not really. But aside from that, which is fine. They're not a big studio, Frogwares.
I still need to play.
That this was going to talk about. I think it's way better than Sinking City.
Is it?
Well, yeah, that one was the first open world they did, and I think it was a little rough. A lot of.
Although I loved the setting, though.
I think that's it. I still want to play it. I've got it, and I still really want to play it, but I just
that was very good. It's still a good game, but I think with Sherlock Holmes they really went to the next level. They really, 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 really improved things quite a lot.
Yeah, but there's no Cthulhu in it, so that's.
Yeah, There's still some weird stuff. Of course, not. It's not Lovecraft, but there's still some weird stuff. Like you have to chase an elephant around. There's some weird stuff. Yeah.
Is this taking place in London?
No, it's on a fictional island in the Mediterranean. Like the island Cordona. It doesn't exist.
Come from?
Yeah, but no, it's not in London. Yeah.
Is it supposed to be like in Italy or Greece, or does it say?
It reminded me of a place I pretty much lived in for 5 years. It reminds me of Malta quite a bit. There's a little bit of culture from the Mediterranean, from Northern Africa, and there's actually a little bit of story on this colonialism, that kind of stuff. But it works, everything it comes up together nicely. I wasn't expecting it to be this good, to be honest. I played it twice before release, and I was okay. It's another Sherlock Holmes game. It's okay, but who knows? But I actually holds up pretty well until the end. So I think people will be surprised.
Fair enough.
Even fans that probably weren't going to be too excited about combat, they probably like it.
Yeah,
unless you're 100%. Yeah, unless you're a 100% purist that you just want investigation and that's that, then probably not.
But you can turn it off, right? So you can
turn it off combat. Yeah, maybe people will not like the open world because most cases you have to go from one place to another on the island. And if you haven't unlocked fast travel, it can take a little bit of time.
So it's like the Mediterranean LA Noire.
Yeah, it's not a bad comparison. I don't remember, but I think it had no combat, LA Noire. If I remember right. It had. Okay, I saw it. Yeah, it's actually a fair comparison. I didn't think about that, but yeah. It's
and I've not even played it, and I guess that.
Yeah, I tried it a long time ago, but yeah, it was pretty much.
I mean Sherlock Holmes. I played LA Noire. I played that when it came out.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good comparison. Yeah.
I'm happy for them if it's successful because, as you may remember, they've had quite a few issues with their publisher.
Yeah, I remember.
Which basically caused some of their games to go offline on some stores. Then it was there was a big ruckus against I think it was Nacon.
It was around Sinking City, yeah.
So they had it rough for a time, but like you said, it's a relatively small studio, but I think they do have some talent for.
Yeah, they do. I believe they can make their breakthrough with this game. It has, the open world, making it open world was probably. So they probably thought about doing that so to reach more people.
Yeah.
But they did it right though. It just feels natural if you played the previous one or a couple games back. It does feel natural. There was no other way to expand that formula other than expanding the setting. I don't think there was any other way. So they made it work, and everything holds up together pretty well in the end.
Yeah. I do hope that they get the chance to do another the Sinking City game.
Yeah,
it's with all the learnings they've had from the Sherlock.
I think that's the thing. I'm just waiting. I like horror games, and I like the horror games where you've got that bit of extra freedom. It's like. Well, I still remember like Silent Hill 2, where obviously it was still limited, but you could walk around Silent Hill. I still remember when Alan Wake was originally advertised as having an open town sort of thing. Until that was scrapped. Yeah. So Alan, and then Sinking City again. I've not played it. I bought it when it released, but it's like I don't have time to play games anymore.
It
is pretty good.
But it's not even that long if you just.
It's just the fact that it's got a world to, a town to walk around in and everything. So I'm hoping like Alan Wake 2 is a bit more open.
So you're saying that Ubisoft is right? Open world.
No, I'm saying you've got to have interesting open worlds. You can't just have a big open map with nothing to do or nothing interesting to do. Whereas an open map, and to be fair, when Alan Wake was announced as being open world was a novelty back then.
Yeah.
And when obviously Sinking City, open world horror, and it still is a novelty because you don't see it. The last time you saw a horror game which wasn't so completely restricted and linear was about Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, although I mean the Sinking City isn't really horror while you are roaming the city much.
But you know what I mean. There's just that theme.
The atmosphere.
Yeah. I just want to.
It's Lovecraft. It can't be anything else than.
Yeah, that's it.
It can't be anything else.
I just want a good horror game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'd say that's all for today.
Indeed. Right, yeah. So, yeah, that's it all. So, thank you all for joining us. There was one thing. You're still playing Yakuza?
Yeah, I am.
That's all I needed to know.
Yeah, I'm at Kiwami too, so yeah.
Good lad. Right, on that note, thank you all for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Bye.